They barbecues, hey?
Random barbecues. What's
Jesus.
up, everyone?
Unreal.
This is the Blazer and Fraser weekly segment podcast. Cousin Chainsaw is not here. Of course, he couldn't get his son an Uber, I guess, to his house. He has to go. That's nice. Nice dad. He goes and picks him up from the airport. So fair
Yeah.
enough.
He did fly in from Australia, so.
Yeah, kind of a big deal. And yeah, I mean, Super Bowl has happened. Blaze is a huge NBA head, so we're going to talk NBA free agency throughout this
Yeah,
podcast
for sure.
and skip over. We'll get to the Super Bowl. Did you see the video where Laveay, I did my picks for best parlay, and my son actually puked when I said bet on the Chiefs?
Yeah.
So
Did
he's
you take that
1-0.
as an omen?
Yeah, I should. I remember we were talking before that I was like, I really liked to zag on everyone and bet the Eagles, but even you said like I was too deep on the Chiefs, so there's no way I could
For
do
sure.
it.
You
But
totally were.
Laveay called it, so he's 1-0. Before we get into it, I was thinking about the draft and how this, because we're going to talk how bad the Super Bowl was. Not really much to talk about, but
I thought it was great. What are you talking about? Bad?
yeah, that's fair. On the draft part, does this, if you don't have a Mahomes, a Peyton, a Brady, to a lesser extent or same extent, Josh Allen, doesn't this show you like don't draft Cam, don't draft Shadur, like build? We saw the Giants with a 4-man front.
Yeah.
We see the Eagles now with a 4-man front. Like the other way to win, if you don't have one of the 3, 4, 5 generational QBs in the last 25 years, just build with up front, build an offensive line, defensive line, and you can win the game. So that's what.
It's kind of a bit of a takeaway. Really both trenches, and it's it's why that's what won the game. I mean, Phillies. Hurts didn't get touched, and Mahomes was under siege. So it's, I mean, you're right, and everyone gets caught up, especially in the mock drafts and the fandoms. Everyone wants the flashy toy. I think last time we did a pod, I told you flat out, as a Patriots fan, I don't want them to take Travis Hunter. Like, I just don't see the point in that pick.
Yeah,
and you got to build the trenches, and you got to build up front, and it's still a big man's game. And so you're right. Like, if Hurts played fantastic, and Hurts, but I mean, if the Eagles GM was offered a trade for Lamar Jackson for Hurts, he would take it in a heartbeat, right? But with the roster that he has, Hurts is a perfect fit. So you're right. Build the roster, and then get your guy. But
and then I guess jumping in the Super Bowl, I thought it would be bad if like you're a Chiefs fan or like me. Obviously, I'm a Mahomes fan. My good buddy John, he's a diehard Chiefs fan. Like, he's one of the ones that screams at the TV. He went to the game, so I couldn't imagine spending the money and just you just sit like it. That has to be the least fun game you could ever watch, sitting in uncomfortable seats, $20 beers or whatever the amount of money spent to go. And it's not even like, oh, the first quarter was fun, or the second, like, not one quarter, not 1 minute.
No, not 1 minute. At least the one that I went to, spent all the money. Like, it was good until the end. Not the ending that I wanted, but at least it was.
Was that the Tyreek helmet catch?
Yeah.
So that was still like, also you got to see one of the greatest plays of all time, even if it wasn't on your side. Yeah,
sure. 2 plays before that, I'll never forget it as long as I live. Asante Samuel just dropped a pick right here, maybe a little higher, maybe right here. But it was a pick. It was on the last drive. Game over. If he catches it, game over. And I looked right over at the wife, and I'm like, "Let's leave." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "I know what's going to happen." And it's like when you're watching a hockey game, and the guy just barely keeps the puck in the zone, and the pressure's on, and then you're just like, "Oh God, now they're going to score." And sure as hell, of course, they score. And it was just that. I looked right at her. I was like, "I want to leave." And she's like, "No, we can't leave. Like, a minute left in the Super Bowl. I want to leave. I know what's going to happen." And then I ended up being closer to Plaxico Burress on the winning touchdown than our DB was, but So at least it was a good game. But I mean, I can't imagine having to sit through all that and spend all that money.
And he was the one who came with me to the Vikings game against the Rams this year. So the other game that was literally over in the first 2 minutes. So he's really had some treats.
Yeah, no kidding.
Was this worse than the Seahawks Broncos Super Bowl? Is this like one of the worst Super Bowls ever?
Oof, gosh, I don't know. I remember that one being pretty fun because we were in Scottsdale,
Yeah, it was
right?
great for us. Yeah,
Yeah, we
absolutely.
went to the Waste Management, and then we
Yeah,
went and had our own booth at Toby Keith's, I think it
yeah,
was. We had
yeah.
a good
Whiskey
old
Row.
time, but like, so I don't remember that one as well as I remember this one because I think we were in a little bit of a different state. But
You also bet the house against Peyton Manning, so that was fun
yeah,
too. You
yeah,
got
that
to.
was awesome, and I had a pretty sizable bet yesterday on the Eagles, so also also the same thing. But you know what, they're close, man. They're close.
Yeah,
Like it was just, I don't think did Peyton throw a pick six in that game?
I thought so. Right? He had a complete meltdown in that game.
He had a complete meltdown. I know he threw a pick six in the game
Uh,
that they lost to the Saints.
mhm.
And but yeah, he just got dominated, and it's, I don't know. This came up on the Simmons podcast today when they were talking, saying, hey, you know, what's the worst performance by a superstar in like the title game
Yeah.
after Mahomes yesterday? And I'm sitting there going, oh, I thought about this last night. It's like, it warms my heart because so many people try and compare Manning to Brady, and then now so many people are trying to compare Mahomes to Brady, and they are maybe the two biggest Super Bowl beatdowns in recent memory. Is both those two quarterbacks. So chalk that one up as a win. I think that one made me very happy. But yeah, I can't think of a worse one than those two. I mean, going way back, you know, to when I was younger and you were really young, like the Super Bowls were beatdowns a lot of the time, right? Like the Dallas teams and the San Fran teams, they'd just wail on whoever came out of the AFC. But you know, the last 25 years, that's those two got to be the ugliest.
Yeah. Was it Carolina one terrible for some reason? That sticks out in my head, or it was just two bad teams?
It was just an ugly defensive game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, hey, let's not forget about the Tampa and the Chiefs. You know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Mahomes' first one, like
Ran for his life the entire game.
that was a drubbing too. At least in
Yeah.
that one, he was still making his insane
Yeah.
Mahomes run around plays, and then the guys would drop it,
Mhm.
or right, like he was doing everything he could. They just got worked. Like, I mean, the game was it was the same thing. It wasn't close from the start. They didn't even get a touchdown.
Yeah.
At least this one, he got some stat padding at the end to try and make the score not as bad. But
And to fucking ruin some of our bets and fantasy pools and all else.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Absolutely crushed you.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Oh wow. And then like
That
it's
hurts.
crazy. Like if I told you Barkley had 57 yards, no touchdowns, and they won by 50 points, like what would that ever be in your mind?
Right, no doubt. You want to hear another bad beat?
Yes.
You know, the Super Bowl pool, a bunch of people throw in $10 and then you just get a number and you pick the MVP. So end up being, I think, 14 guys in it or whatever. I had picked number 2. Mahomes went first, and I had to flip the coin.
Yeah.
I didn't win.
But you have to do it, right? Yeah, you have to go Barkley.
Right, I know, and I just there's something just telling me like it's gonna always be the quarterback's gonna be, but he's been so good, and he's been like, he's taken that team from last year where they lost their last 6 games and it was in turmoil to this year they're, you know, at the end unbeatable, and so I had to go Barkley and realized by halftime I wasn't winning the MVP pool. So.
And I think it was also good you kind of, because I was going to hedge with a little Packer stuff, or sorry, Packer with a little Eagle stuff. And my big hedge would have been Barkley MVP. So I would have absolutely just got murdered and everything across the board.
Yeah, it got crushed.
There is some talk. Obviously, it's Mahomes. It's probably Mahomes apologists. It's almost Fox News or CNN, whatever you think. Mahomes was concussed potentially. That could be.
Oh, here we go.
So
here we go.
It could be this.
Of course.
Nothing explains it. Like he was running for his life.
Of course.
God damn, that was just when he makes. I don't know.
Yeah,
it looked awful.
Yeah, he was just bad. Even when he was
so bad,
when he didn't have to run, like he was just holding the ball. And I think a lot of it too. You know, some of the highlights they showed from the All-22 angle even on TV, you're looking. They were just running these long, deep routes that he had nothing quick. Like why? For Andy Reid to not have something to counter what they were doing, it doesn't make sense. It was like, what did they do at halftime? Did they just go in and eat orange slices and drink Gatorade to get fluid? Like, did they make any changes, adjustments at all? I mean, you would think Andy would be like, okay, hey, let's just completely change the offense. We got to go to 4 and 5 yard routes and just trying to march down to see what will happen. And they did nothing. They kept just having these long routes, and he had no time for that. And when he did, he just held onto the ball. So yeah, I don't know. It was quite confusing, but they've done it twice now, so
Yeah.
it's kind of you heard it a lot leading up towards the end of the week. Was I kept hearing people say, okay, could you see the Chiefs winning a close game? Yes. Could you see the Eagles winning a close game? Yes. Could you see the Eagles blowing out the Chiefs? Yes. Could you see the Chiefs blowing out the Eagles? And not really. Everyone was like, no. Like if the Chiefs are going to win if it's a close game, and that's how it played out. But I don't know. It surprised me. I did think Philly was going to win. I didn't think it was going to be a drubbing.
Yeah, it was insane. And if you're in the camp of the NFL's fixed, it could maybe have been perfect because took all the money for the Chiefs. Oh yeah, it's going to be fixed for the Chiefs. Don't worry about this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then, Barkley this, and I don't know, just everything that could happen. I'm sure all the bets were there, and then nothing happened. Like I'm sure every parlay anyone had for the Eagles to win, if you took the Eagles and had a parlay, it included a Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown, him over his yards. Yeah,
right. Had to.
So I'm sure not many people won much in that Super Bowl, aside from the odd people who took a hurts.
Well, no, apparently, like in the actual bets, huge money came in on Philly, especially late. But,
oh yeah, like the
smarts or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
The sharps.
The sharps. Yeah.
But prop bets, Vegas killed everyone just because you have Barkley with his under, Kelsey was under, Goddard was under, Mahomes eventually went over barely, but the actual money line sounds like there was a ton of money on Philly.
Yeah, because it seemed like all the regular humans bet on the Chiefs, and then the actual legit people went on the Eagles.
Yeah. I mean, because and the whole thing, and Simmons nailed it. I listened to his pod a little bit this morning. He nailed it. It's like everyone's breakdown was, oh, Philly's got such a talented roster, but you can't bet against the Chiefs. You can't bet against Mahomes. And it was like, no one ever gave a reason why other than they're going to just figure it out. And, and I fully believe it would have stayed close. He probably would have figured it out no way. But when it just gets that one-sided, you're pretty much hooped.
Yeah. And even when they're down 17, normally I would double down. Thank God I didn't live in a place where I could bet. Like, he'll come back 17. Oh yeah, he'll come back 24.
for sure.
I would have done the 17 just because I'm sure the odds were good, but it didn't just how good the Eagles defense was. Like I'm sure when Brady came back, not to take anything away from Brady, the Falcons defense isn't that great. Whereas like the Eagles defense, you can come back from 14 to 21.
Yeah.
So
it was nuts. The thing about that, the Patriots comeback was they had them on the field for so long, and they were just exhausted at the end. Like I mean, Falcons had a good defense. They weren't the number one defense, but they just wore them down, and they just had so many plays that you could just see they couldn't even cover anyone at the end.
Yeah,
beautiful thing.
It was a brutal game. What else did we have? We had the worst halftime, one of the worst halftimes in some time. I'm sure you didn't pay attention for a second.
No. I saw the last couple minutes. You're going to love this, and it's too bad that Stace isn't here to take his flowers. But at some point, something came up. We're just all sitting watching the game, and something came up about kicking and about it was the Manning thing and how I guess someone booed or shanked a couple kicks or whatever it looked like. That's also a thing I didn't pay attention to. But then the guys are like, Stace and our buddy Miller like, oh, I can kick a 30-yard field goal. That's no problem. I'm like, really, fellas? Like, you sure? Like, anytime, 100% I can make a 30-yarder. And I'm like, we're going at halftime. And so I rallied the troops, told all the boys. So I'll send you a video. Halftime, we're out in front of the house. On the road, we're like, should we now the discussion's going at about 3:01. Should we drive down to the park that's just down the thing with the actual goalposts? Like, no, we'll do it right out in front of the house. So we literally went out and we stopped traffic. There was it was not the busiest street, but so we paced off 30 yards and there was this old rug that we put down so they could kick off, so they weren't kicking off cement. And these two had to try and kick 30-yard field goals. And so we had guys standing on either side as the goalposts. They're right in the middle of the road, kicking the ball down the road. And the first two attempts for either one of them were complete train wrecks. Like the ball went sideways. The second one, I think one hit Tara's truck, so that Thank God she wasn't there to see that, because that would have been a war. And the next one went down like this city path that was blocked off for construction. So I jumped the fence and I'm chasing this football down the hill trying to get it so we can keep this thing going. We go back up, and then the second attempt, Stace absolutely nails it.
Oh, there you
Again, he stroked it. It went right through the uprights.
go.
Uprights.
Yeah.
And probably would have been good from 32.
Oh, wow. The old 32
Yeah.
yarder.
Yeah, the old 32 yarder. And then Millsy jumped in for his second one. Pretty sure he tore his quad on the second attempt, and he hit it just as far, but he was just a little bit wide left. So the boys redeemed themselves, but man, there was some good comedy in the first attempts. So yeah, by the time we had all that shenanigans, and it was pretty cold, so we didn't linger long outside. We went back in and saw the last couple of minutes of that halftime show, and I don't know who that dude is, but he's the shits. He's no good.
It was maybe we're waiting on Stace. He says he's on the way home. So before we start the NFL awards show, a quick soapbox on it. So it was Kendrick Lamar. He's the best rapper of the last decade.
Yeah.
But I don't think rap music translates on to like the TV. Like it just doesn't. Like
no.
I don't know. I'm sure if you were there with the bass, everything would be great.
Mm-hmm.
But he made it for the culture, for the people. But it was almost like that 15-20% of the population liked it. But I think it just turned people more against rap. Even though it was great, like I guess there's a bunch of symbolism and all this incredible like pro-democracy, Americana, kind of anti-Trump-ish.
Oh boy, yeah,
all that kind of stuff. But it was like very for the culture. But I was just like, it was almost like you were running ads if you're a Republican at far right Republicans, and you're just alienating the rest. And like if Democrats just like went far left to their own far left people.
Yeah.
Versus like kind of bringing people together. So it almost, in my eyes, it just backfired because sure, everyone who liked Kendrick loved it.
Yeah.
But the rest of the 80% just ended up dividing the country more and be like, this is the shits. This is terrible. You know, like, so.
I'm not going to get into any of that political or any of it meant. All I know is when we did get back inside it and I listened to it for about 30 seconds, I'm like, this sounds like shit. It just doesn't. Like you said, it maybe just doesn't translate on TV, but like it didn't even sound good. I'm like, is this just like some dude they got out of the stands? Who is this guy? And
he's this generation's Jay-Z, if you will. Like he's huge, but just not really doesn't translate on. You know, like Usher sounds great, or Rihanna sounded great, or Beyonce was cool. Where this was just kind of like it was a rough watch.
Wait, is Jay-Z the one who's in trouble with all the kids and the baby oil?
No,
or
that's
is that
Puff Daddy, Diddy.
Diddy, gotcha.
Yeah.
So he's better than that guy.
Yeah.
He's no Diddy.
Yeah, everyone's better than Diddy.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. I don't care about music. It sounds like everyone's better than old Diddy. When you delayed there for a second, it's like, whoa, what a breaking news on old Kenny Lamar here.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to misspeak, and all of a sudden we're saying Diddy's better than everyone.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just so we're clear, don't care about the music.
Yeah. The best part, though, so there's a big, I'll wrap this up too much because I'm sure you don't care, but there's a big beef between Drake, who's Canadian, and Kendrick Lamar, who's, LA. So it's enormous, and he obviously dissed more Drake, but it was incredible. Drake kind of half dated Serena Williams and like it was kind of stalkerish and weird with her, and like said shit about her at some point. So when Kendrick started his Not Like Us, that huge anti-Drake song, Serena popped out of nowhere, Serena Williams, and started crip walking. And
she was actually there?
She was on stage.
Oh, no.
All dressed in the nines. She looked, oh my God, she looked incredible. And there's a dance called the crip walk, which is like incredible. And she just busted it out and was unreal. So it was so good.
Poor Drake. What a flex that is.
Yeah. So that part I was a big fan of, but
oh man, he went literally like just dropped his sack on Drake's face like the Eagles did to the Chiefs. There's some symbolism there.
And then Jared in the podcast we were talking about it. He's like how light skinned Drake is and how Canadian that in a rap battle Drake's suing. He's like it's so Canadian and like half white to be like, you're gonna hear from my lawyer. Like,
he's suing about yesterday?
I sued about everything.
Oh, okay. I was like, geez, that was quick.
Yeah. So he's got a lawsuit. I'm like, Jared's not happy that in a rap battle that back in the day people were getting shot, like Tupac and Biggie were getting shot.
Totally, ain't no lawyers involved.
Yeah,
that's
bad. Hear from my lawyer. It's not a
That's
good look.
bad business. That's bad business. Yeah, don't do that. And you can't on this one. That's actually a hilarious move. I'm so glad you told me that story. But yeah, you can't. You need to
No.
just let that one go, take the loss, move on.
Exactly. And I have to stick by Drake because I mean he's their blood, right? Like I'm still taking
Yeah.
his I'm not taking his
Blood's
side.
a little extreme. That's
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, we don't
He's
all have the
Canadian.
same blood in Canada. Like blood's pushing a little bit. We could all be Canadian, but we don't all have the same blood.
And me and him have the same birthday, so I just can't jump ship.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So
Hey, speaking of, guess who else has the same birthday as me? Just got hired into a very prominent position for a team I love. Probably gonna be the best coach in the NFL.
Vrabel?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
same birthday. I know.
Nice.
I heard that. I saw that the other day. I'm like, wait, this got even better.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, you had a great week. I had a rough week. So that for the past 2 years, it's been Texas Tech week. Mahomes was in the
Yeah,
Super Bowl. Matt McClung, who played at Texas Tech, won the dunk contest twice in a year because NBA All
yeah,
Star Weekend is this coming weekend. And then Texas Tech 2 years in a row upset in basketball like a top 4 team
yeah.
each year. This year, Mahomes killed. Rap music got killed. Drake got killed. Texas Tech ranked 13th,
Yeah.
lost. So it's been a rough one. And
But hey,
Wiggins got traded away from Steph Curry. So now, I
did you
mean,
really?
yeah.
Oh boy.
So it's been a rough
Well, hey,
week.
on the bright side though, now you know that you have a cheat code as a baby, and next year you can just
Yeah,
have them. Lukai gets to pick the Super Bowl, and you just put all your money there.
yeah, exactly.
Want to know? He's gonna go through his life undefeated picking Super Bowls. It's gonna be legendary. I'm excited.
He's like the groundhog, except just he pukes instead of sees the light.
Yeah. Ah,
uh,
different strokes.
yeah, I have in my notes. I wanted to shout out Barkley. I think I'm so happy for him.
So happy.
We always shit on, not we, the media, the world loves to shit on people who don't do
Yeah.
the right thing, and oh, he got arrested, or he did this, or he is a bad teammate. It's like
Yeah.
he did all the right things. He didn't go after his yard totals. He didn't go after records. He only cared
Yeah.
about winning. So it was so nice to see.
So good, and did everything he could yesterday. Even though he didn't have his huge numbers, he just he just played his ass off, and he was so happy at the end of it. All he cares about is winning. I love seeing the athletes like that, where it's literally the only thing that matters. The rest is all just noise.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's about it on Super Bowl. I'm going to see how far away Stace is. We may have to start the awards without him.
Yeah, you know what though? One last thing on the Super Bowl. How do I save it for awards? I kept pretty quiet this last couple weeks about the whole. Everyone's going on and on about, oh, if he wins this game, he's the GOAT. Oh, this could be it. And it's like, all right, people, knock it off. Enough already with it. Let the guy finish his career out. What he can do is amazing. No one's doubting that. Tom Brady has twice as many playoff wins as this guy. He has more than twice as many Super Bowls as this guy. Enough. He's not Tom Brady. He's fantastic. He's one of the top 5 football players I've ever seen in my life. He's not the GOAT. He wasn't going to be the GOAT if he won that game. The conversation needs to stop, and it has. And everyone's aware. There's like, okay, now we can't even do this now. He's going to have to look at another thing. Because if he won, that would be the only thing that he had ever done that Brady hasn't done. It would be, oh, he never won 3 in a row. Now he's up on Tom. It's like, well, hold on. Tom has done everything else. He's literally got every other record, every other milestone, everything. This guy is fantastic. Love watching him play. Enough. He's not even in the same conversation.
I feel like it's almost like the people, only idiots were doing this. Like it was like the loudmouths, like Stephen A. Smith and all that. Like I'm the biggest Mahomes fan there is, and I was never like, oh, he's the GOAT. Like it wasn't the actual people. It was more just people doing for clicks and arguments. But yeah, he's still so far.
But there
to
was
go.
enough of them to be annoying for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely annoying
for sure. And hey, you know what? If he keeps going on the pace that he's at, even though he lost this one, he's gonna get there. Like if he can keep it up. But that's the hard part about it, especially in football. I mean, you're only one bad play away from missing an entire year, or you know what? Who knows? Crazy things happen in this game. So the longevity and the ability to do it over and over again, essentially with 3 different teams, that is what you need to do to be considered the GOAT. And
so like you said, it's tough. Especially, how many Super Bowls did Brady have by this age?
28. Same age. They have the same amount.
Okay.
And then he won another 3 and then went to Tampa and won another one. So, like, he went 10 times to the Super Bowl. Everyone's
Yeah,
going,
that's
"Oh,
crazy.
Mahomes already been 5 times." Yeah, it's amazing. It's incredible. And he got his ass kicked twice, including once by Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Brady went 10 times. He won 7. In 2 of them, he had the lead at the 2-minute warning, and his defense couldn't hold it. The other one, he threw for 500 yards, and defense couldn't stop Nick Foles. So let's these talking heads that are just looking for a story, pump the brakes. There's one GOAT, and everyone knows who it is.
Yeah,
We can call him the baby GOAT. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. He might grow into it, and I hope he has a great career. I hope he keeps going. I just love watching him play.
Yeah, I wonder, is it? I think this could be debated forever. Is it harder now just with salary caps? I mean, it was kind of similar salary caps at the start of Brady's ish.
Yeah.
But
and they used to get murdered. Like, they used to be able to hit the quarterback. It got changed as his career went on, right? Like, obviously, the latter half of his career it started into these rules, but like the first half of his career, he just get trounced in the pocket all the time. Like, if you did that now, not just to Mahomes but to any quarterback, you're gone. You get ejected for the hits that he used to take. So
yeah,
and when you look at what Aikman and those boys had to deal with, it was even worse than what Brady had to deal with. So that part of it's changing, and I think it's easier to physically, like the actual physical beating you take. I think it's easier now. But
science and everything too, or the health and science recovery.
Yeah, but you're also going against probably much better
superhumans.
athletes. Superhumans, right? Like, that D line was something else. That performance, I still just watching highlights and stuff this morning. It's like, golly, they have some freaks on the D line, and some dudes that are going to get paid, because there's a couple of free agents there too, like Sweat and the tackle. What was his name? The third tackle. Like, those guys are going to get some serious cash this offseason.
Yeah. For next season, Super Bowl winners. I wanted to go through some long shots, but I mean, it's Chiefs 600, Eagles plus 600, Ravens plus 7, Bills 750, Lions 1,000. Blah, blah, blah. The one I like, Bengals plus 1,900. If they can get some defense.
Yeah.
Commanders are plus 2,300. I don't know. I just don't believe them. Like, they're great, but I think they may. I don't know. Not a huge fan.
I think the gap between Philly showed it in the title game. The gap between those two teams is still just way too much in the trenches.
There's really no value though, because it's just like, really, I mean, you're getting 600 or 700 between Bills, Ravens, Eagles, Chiefs.
Yeah.
So the Bengals is the only one where, if they somehow have some great defensive signings,
what are the Chargers?
2,800. So that one's all right too.
Yeah. They need a lot. They need some help, but Harbaugh's going to have them going in the right direction. Or a team like San Fran maybe bounces back, but they seem to have turmoil everywhere now, and who knows if McCaffrey ever will be back.
Yeah, and I feel like I would bet on my long shot. I guess you should bet the NFC, because I still think that's, even this year, was wide open. Like, from a betting standpoint, you could have gotten the Eagles as fourth favorites, even with 2 months of the season left, or 2 weeks of the season.
That's crazy.
Because it was, Lions at the top, Vikings at the top, and then them. So,
yeah, they have 2 losses on the whole year, and one of them was when Hurts had a concussion in the first quarter. So I think we well, this isn't exactly news, but we clearly underestimated how good that team was. And hard to say it, because obviously I'm not a big fan of the franchise, but you kind of, there's a lot of guys to like there now, right? Like, there's you can't not like Hurts. I mean, the guy just doesn't say anything and just plays hard. Obviously, Barkley is fantastic. Got some good guys on D. Even Sirianni has become less annoying. I was all over him last year. Like, he was so annoying.
At the start of the year, he was super annoying. And then I would say after week 5, he finally just got out of the limelight.
Yeah, he's just shut up and coach. And now this guy can coach. Look at his numbers, right? Like, first 4 years, I think he's got the second most wins ever. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the status of today? That was he's the only coach through however many years to have a Super Bowl and a 700 winning percentage. There's 3. It was Vince Lombardi, him, and another all-time great coach. It's crazy.
Not Belichick, or is there something I'm missing that Belichick didn't have?
No, I think he's coached too long to have a 700 winning percentage.
Gotcha.
But
okay. Well, Stace isn't here for the first annual Laveay NFL Awards.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can just pause the podcast and we'll take a quick break on the podcast.
Whoa!
Hi. Hey.
Hey, maybe
Hi,
turn the
guys.
sun off behind you there. Jesus.
There you go.
He's got production assistants. He's got everything.
This is awesome. Hi, Kimmy.
Mazes
This
and
is
peanuts.
incredible. Yeah. Welcome, Jonathan. Oh
Hi.
my God.
Hi, guys.
All right. What's up?
Sorry for the delay.
No worries.
Hey.
You look great.
Thanks, buddy. Put some new darkening in the hair today, hey? Some
Yeah, that's right.
just for men.
How's the leg?
Oh, I feel great, actually. Did you hear? You heard about that, Fraser, eh?
It was all over the news. It was on Castanet.
Did you? Did you actually?
Yeah,
see?
yeah.
Did you get the link?
I got the link. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was the best part of the halftime show, without a doubt. No one can argue that, eh?
Yeah, this is very true. This is very true.
All right.
Fraser, I'm sending you the video right now. Yeah. I brought it up, Stace. I gave you your flowers already. I said you had one hell of a kick at the halftime show. I said you had a really bad one, but then the second one was better.
Totally agree, but that was my first kick in at least 5 years. So you at least get one warm up, don't you? Like,
that's not bad. Yeah, I guess. So your second kick in your 50s. That's pretty good.
no, that was my first kick in my 50s, and it was good. That was 40 yards.
No,
Any day, yeah, 100%. That would have gone 40 yards.
No, it was good from 32. We paced it off.
Stace, are those like headphones for wrestling or for like when you're out doing the weed whacker? Like, I don't think those actually work, right? Those are just for looking.
So you don't get cauliflower ears when you get going around the house?
I got them from the airport, Fraser.
Yeah.
It's an earphone, so the guy at the airport gave it to me. But thanks. I think they're all right, eh? Okay.
No, they're good. They're totally good.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
I love them. We look real. We look like we're professionals out here.
Yeah, for sure. Other than that bright light behind you.
Well, I'm glad to hear, Stace. We're gonna
Maybe
kick off.
I'm like the guy from something about Mary. Remember the brother?
Yes.
I don't know if we want to go down that road right away, but that was
Not yet, no.
That's a good movie, though. I'll tell you that much. They don't make them like that anymore.
They sure
They sure don't.
I don't think you're allowed to make them like that anymore.
No, probably not.
I'm not sure. Maybe we're going back to that, right? We're heading the other way.
Yeah. Well, may stay away from that one too.
Yeah. All right.
Stace is doing blackface, but the mentally handicapped version.
Yeah.
He's doing mentally challenged.
I'm bringing it back.
Instead of mentally challenged face, is mentally challenged Stace.
Whoa! All right. I've been off the podcast for a month now, and I'm taking it.
A month?
I'm taking it.
A year.
Oh shit!
It's just September.
Oh, I'm taking it hard.
I've had a baby since you've been on the podcast.
No doubt.
Oh shit! Did you have a baby?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations!
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the reason we're here is we're doing the annual Laveay Awards, the Laveay NFL Awards for the year. So we needed you to be on it.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
So I know Blaiso wanted to talk a quick thing before the Taylor Swift Award for showing her on the TV.
Yeah.
We forgot to address that.
We already talked about the game, Stace. And the one part I didn't throw in was I want answers from Fox and from the media crew because they wanted everyone to be inclusive and be fair to everyone. So if you're going to shove all the Taylor Swift videos down our throats when things are going well and we got to look into their luxury box and see her hugging everybody all the time, I want to see the misery. Oh, and that was bullshit that they ever showed her. They showed her once. We need to see in the suite where suddenly she's not just jump up and down with her pom-poms all the time. I want to see her have to experience what it's like to be a normal football fan when their team's getting their ass kicked. And they kept that from us, and that's bullshit. That's real terrible on Fox. That is not what the true football fans deserve.
I want to see her crying with Kelsey's mom.
Yes.
We want to see them breaking up after the game. They're calling Kelsey a loser. He's washed up.
She's going and finding Cooper DeJean seats.
Yeah, she already moved on. She went to the Cooper after party. Didn't you know that? She's rocking.
I hope so.
Cooper.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, we got robbed. My point is, we got robbed. We should have seen that. We should have gotten, for having to suffer through all the other stuff, we should have got to see the misery. Disappointed.
It's true. All right, Stace. So I'm going to give you the rules. The annual Laveay NFL Awards. I'll announce the award. I'll mention the nominees. I'll request all the contestants from adding additionals until they're all mentioned, and then you can add in your own.
Oh, all
right.
Shit.
So here we go.
We pick a winner?
You pick a winner. You can add in some people if you want. If I missed, which I'm sure I missed a few. Number one award. And we're going to name these awards. So whoever wins this, it'll be their award for the rest. Like
for
next
perpetuity?
Year.
Yeah. Or until next year when someone else
next year. For the rest. No, I think for the rest of the time. It'll be their award.
For the rest of the time. Wow, there's a lot of pressure in this.
Exactly. So this one, the first one is, it's the awful relationship where you're stuck in it, but they're loved, nice. You don't want to be the bad guy. If you break their heart, you're the asshole. You're loyal to a fault, but you just wish they'd fucking get hit by a car and die so you can start fresh.
What?
Early.
We got.
Is this the mother-in-law?
Hang on, I gotta write all this down. This is.
We call this. Can we call this the mother-in-law?
Yeah, the
Oh
mother-in-law.
boy!
Oh wow!
They love her to death, but she's got to go.
Yeah,
you got to go.
She's got to go. Is your mother-in-law still like? Is she listen to this podcast? Is she around still?
You better hope not.
The nominees for you're loyal to a fault, you love them, but you just need out of this relationship so you can start fresh. And you hope they die. Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, also on the same team as Dak, Jerry Jones. And is there a coach that you'd like to add in here that, you just get them off the team? We don't want them around anymore. They're really nice, but we're going nowhere anymore, and this is over.
Jeez.
I don't know. I think I'm confused. Like, the wording of that got me, because if it's the part of the award where you say we just need them gone, I vote Jerry Jones. But it's also the I love them part. I'm not interested in that. I just
maybe like you're as a team, like as a Dallas fan, you know, I love Jerry. He's done amazing things for us.
Yeah,
he's been loyal to our guys. But God damn it, can you just get hit by a car so we can get out of this disaster?
I gotta say
Jerry Jones.
Kelsey.
Oh,
yeah. I'm saying it. Look,
really?
Can you watch him?
Okay.
He's slower than me.
Hey, is that kind of talk that had you outside kicking field goals last night at halftime? So just be careful with those.
42-yarder right down the pipe.
32.
Oh, Kelsey was unreal for a decade. Unreal, but
now he's got to go.
He's got to go for the Chiefs. He's got to go.
Okay,
you got to free up some of that cap room.
All right,
you need some.
I can get behind that phrase. We can call it the Kelsey Award.
The Kelsey Award. All right.
Unless you're outvoted, I guess it's 2-1. So it doesn't matter.
No, I mean, I would have maybe thought that's a tough one. Dak Prescott could have been there. Jerry. Travis Kelsey, I like it.
Yeah.
All right. The electrifying must-watch. Get your popcorn out. MVP. Finalists are Saquon Barkley, Jaden Daniels, Baker Mayfield, or Jameis Winston.
For different reasons.
Like, you cannot. The TV is on, and you're like, I need to watch this. I cannot miss this guy playing.
Wow.
Well, Jameis should be in his own category. Because the other three guys are must watch because they're unreal, and Jameis is for everything else.
Hey, it's must watch.
He's electrifying. He is.
I think just based on the fact that he hurdled a dude backwards, I'm going to go Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Saquon, I tried to get you in there, Jameis. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jameis. Like, it was worth it.
Saquon.
Did you see all this stuff on during Super Bowl week? By the way, all this
No.
social media stuff he was doing. Oh, what a menace he is! He's so funny. He was doing everything. He was riding rickshaws. He was just doing everything. He was doing interviews. Oh yeah.
He's looking for a job.
He's must watch.
He is.
Yeah.
Did you see hey, speaking of Saquon, when he was getting interviewed last night and all the fans behind him were chanting thank you Giants. Did you see that?
Really?
That was good. Yeah, they were just chanting.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you Giants. Thank you Giants. It was good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that can get into the next one of the next categories. I'll bring it up now. Worst GM. You've got, obviously, the Giants, Joe Shane. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yep, that's the winner. Next award.
Next. Anyone? How about anyone from New York? Any GM.
There you go. I was gonna say the Jets are right there. They've got what two cornerstone, a wide receiver, and a cornerback, franchise players who now want out because they just brought in Aaron Rodgers and a receiver who's washed and everyone else. So.
Joe Shane. It's Joe Shane. We've got over this. His owner told him, I don't want to trade this guy or lose this guy, and he lost him to his division rival, and then the guy hosted the Super Bowl last night. It's Joe Shane. This is the Joe Shane Award forever. That's a no-brainer.
Hey, honorable mention, the dude from Jacksonville. Like, they had to fire him because no coaches would sign there. Like, the coach, what did they do? They're like, I'll play there. He's got to go. And they finally fired him. So honorable mention for sure.
That's a good one.
I don't know his name.
For sure. I like
he
that
gone.
one.
What's that dude's name?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Balky. Trent Balky.
That's it.
All right. This one's similar to the first one. It was a little bit less you want him to die. Look, you're amazing. I like you a lot, but I just want to be friends. So we've got Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams. Kyle Pitts. Tua. Or anyone else you like to throw in there, is you just want to be friends. They're great people, but it's...
Ooh.
I don't want to give you all my money. I need a prenup. Let's just be friends.
Yeah. Sam Darnold's a good one.
Yeah.
Because I think it'd be worth it for them to keep him next year, even just as in case McCarthy doesn't pan out.
Yeah, maybe like mess around a little bit. You're like, maybe we just do a little under the covers stuff.
Yeah, tickle his balls a little bit and give him a couple bucks and just have him stay. And then
say what?
And then if it doesn't work, well, hey, whatever you got to do to keep that fucking salary cap down, Stace, right?
This chat has changed since I left, eh?
It's actually the exact same.
Right.
If you remember the other things we talked about.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right.
Dan Campbell was plowing your wife last time you were here. So.
My wife? Me. Kim!
Well, I guess that skips the next one as the quote of the year. I was going to sneak this one in here. But we've got the Jacksonville coach. Did you see him do his Duval quote?
That was bad. That was bad.
Then we've got Matt Eberflus with the worst management of time ever.
Yeah.
Followed by saying he didn't do anything wrong and he would do it again.
Do it again.
He got fired within 12 hours of saying that. Yeah. Dan Campbell, ridiculous onside kick, and then said he thought he would get it, even though it's like a 7% or 3% chance of getting it. Trump, eating the dogs. Fun little, not to get political, it's just a funny quote.
Let's keep him out of this.
Yeah. Jameis Winston gets another shout out for when he prayed to God for no more pick sixes.
No more pick sixes. Hey, but that one worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Sense.
Is that? Yeah.
He was on backfield the other day, and they brought that up. He's like, "Yeah, turns out I should have prayed for just no more interceptions because there's a few of those came, but no more pick sixes."
Yeah.
It's like I worded it wrong.
And then the Blaiso, Dan Campbell comes in and knocks in and plows poor cousin Kim or anyone else.
Oh no, hold on! It wasn't cousin Kim. It was.
It was McVay's wife.
It was McVay's wife or someone else.
Yeah.
That's the quote. That's it, hands down. The Dan Campbell, the Blaisos.
Yeah, when you get Dan Campbell.
Those are always good.
If you look at it, though, it's up to date because the Chiefs got Dan Campbell yesterday.
Oh, they sure did.
They really did.
They did.
Like,
Ding dong.
The Eagles, the whole D line was knocking at the door.
It was one of those Bukakis.
Who's going first? Who's going first?
Oh my god! There's a whole bunch of new Mahomes children coming out of what's her name?
Yikes!
There's a Penny and what else?
That's tough.
Some. Yeah. All right, so yeah, we'll call that. I wish I had the editing software so I could put that quote and the whole thing. All right, the worst play of the year. We got the worst play of the year.
Oh,
Jonathan Taylor dropping the ball before crossing the line. Or you can take the Jets rookie Corley, who dropped the ball the same week, but that was his only touchdown ever and his second time touching the ball in the NFL. So that's a little bit worse. The Will Levis week 1 pick 6, Chuck, where he thinks he's Mahomes.
Yeah.
And then finally, Tyreek Stevenson trash talking the Commanders fans, only to go and tip the ball to the player that he was supposed to be covering to lose the game.
Trash talking the fans during the play, I might add. He was actually facing the crowd when the ball was snapped.
Yes. So those are your anything else you'd like to add in there, you're more than welcome.
And didn't they go on like a tailspin after that? They didn't win a game, right? After that?
Yeah, they were 4-1
so
at the time.
That shook the whole season, that dude.
Yeah, it did.
It really did.
I think he had another. Oh, go ahead.
Well, it's tough to go against the old Will Levis, though. He had so many, but
he had so many. Oh,
yeah, that one. Tyreek Stevenson was real dumb.
Well, maybe you know what, Will Levis. We'll keep it the Tyreek Stevenson because Will Levis has another option. That
he's going to be back. Okay, good.
Up for several awards.
Will Levis, I always say. For ratings.
I don't think Tennessee fans think that. More Will Levis.
Yeah, Levis. He's Levis. Jewish now. He's your banker.
Yeah.
Will Levis, the old banker.
Well, he's gonna need a job. So he's gonna need a job, man.
Oh, wow.
Aaron Rodgers to Tennessee. You heard it here first. Yeah. Right now.
Oh, here we go.
Early prediction.
So I'll go then. There's probably more ideas because I ran out of one for this one, Russian. But the worst player of the year. And you've got Tyreek Stevenson because he had another terrible play next week. Didn't he do something dumb? Or maybe he had a fumble. He fumbled. That's right. The ball hit him when they're doing the scatter drill.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And then they lost the game because
they got the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Tough stretch for old Tyreek.
Yeah. So Tyreek Stevenson, Will Levis, worst player of the year. And we can add other players in. I mean, whoever you'd like. Rodgers could be thrown in.
I think Will Levis is probably just going to run away with that one. Although, hold on. I mean, Deshaun Watson did play at the start of the year.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm.
And he's dreadful, and then now he's going to count against their salary cap for another year and not even play. It's a tough one to go against Deshaun Watson.
Well, maybe we'll give this one to Will Levis because another award could go to Deshaun later.
I like it.
Yeah.
Also, you know what? This is how you build ratings. You just talk about Will Levis and Deshaun Watson over and over again.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is good. We have a solid game plan here.
Best play of the year. We'll get a little bit positive. NFL best play of the year. Jane Daniels game ender. The Garrett Wilson jump man catch. Josh Allen's double touchdown where he threw it and caught it in the same play.
Yeah.
Or Saquon's backwards hurdle. Or anything else you thought was
Saquon
good.
For me.
Yeah.
Saquon, no-brainer for me.
That's
the best play I've seen in a lot of years.
Yeah.
That's never happened before. But
No, that was insane.
No, that was bonkers. Off of a spinorama.
Yeah.
He goes Dennis Savard, and then Saquon.
And then open over. That was insane.
Yeah, and if you don't make it, the danger level, that could have been a season ender.
That's true.
Right in the nutsack, the reverse nutsack.
Yeah, it'd be tough. Yeah, the Saquon there, that's the play of the year. It has to be.
All right.
That was insane.
It's over. You had an amazing run. It's just time to pack it up. It's time to let it go. Cooper Kupp, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, Jerry Jones, Or Travis already won a similar, so I guess.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to add?
I know the winner's in there in my books.
I know what you're going to say. Oh, Rodgers.
This one's easy. Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Wrap it up.
Yeah,
Go home. We're tired of hearing about you. Enough. Even the Jets don't want you. Go home. Or to
That's how bad you are,
Europe or Asia, or wherever it is that you go and hang out. Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Tired of there's an entire day of the week that I can't listen to the McAfee show because he's on it, and I just can't listen to the guy's voice. He's no good anymore. Go. This one's easy.
He's gone.
He's gone. Aaron Rodgers, for anyone who didn't know that. Worst injury. So we've got the Tank Dell, who doesn't get celebrated for holding on to that ball, because what percent of human beings hold on to this catch? That after it came out, his injury, it's like, how did he hold on to this ball?
No doubt.
People don't do that with a twisted ankle.
No. People don't do that when they're wide open. You see Hopkins yesterday.
Yeah.
What was that? He was just kind of just like
maybe he has to go.
Yeah.
Hopkins.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he'd be a nice little. You had a great run.
Yeah.
Slow down. Mahomes throwing an interception, then tearing Rashee Rice's legs. That's in the worst injury. And then finally, pick your poison. Any chain gang ref who just fell over their own fucking feet and needed to get carted off or into the blue tent.
I love that you worked them in there. You hate the chain gang guys so much. I love it. I love that you managed to get them in there. That is for sure. Let's go NFL.
Yes. We got the winner.
Why are you hating the chain gang guys, man? What's wrong with the chain gang guys?
It drives them nuts. It drives them crazy. Just get them going.
What's your beef with that?
They fall over their own feet, and then we stop the game for 7 minutes.
Well, it's a dangerous fucking job, man. You got 2 poles and a chain.
And hey, can we petition the league? Let's make the chain gang like UFC ring girls from now on.
Yeah.
Right? Or
ring
someone's
guys
spry enough to jump out of the way when everyone's coming at you, hurtling with a football. No more that will do the chain gang. That needs to stop.
Yeah, so we have a hot UFC athletic ring girl on one chain, and then if it's in LA, you have a multicultural gay dude on the other.
Going there. Okay. Okay.
Just saying, we gotta keep it.
Yeah,
we can't just have UFC ring girls anymore. We got to make sure it's.
Yeah, you got to make sure you have some ugly cheerleaders in there too. Is what you're getting at?
I was chirping a Rams fan when I was at the Vikings game. Well, he was just chirping me. I was like, dude, can you stop? Look at your cheerleaders right now. And there was 3 dudes just flailing away, being so flamboyant. It was yeah. They've got full pom pom cheerleaders, dancing with so much sass. Oh my gosh,
that is only in California.
Only in California. I was like, dude, don't talk to me about ooze stuff. Look at your cheerleaders.
Yes, I can just see you saying that. Be like, end of conversation. Look. Yeah, no more.
And then the Rams mascot, people can't see this, but he was standing the whole time like this. He had his weird, his little ram. I was like, look at your mascot. He's just waiting for it on West Hollywood. So had everyone going.
Just waiting to take it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was like, why does he stand like that?
taking some shots here.
Yes.
Hey, how do you become a chain gang guy? Is it like old refs or?
It has to be.
I assume so.
They gotta walk across a pretty straight line for the most part.
Yeah.
They gotta stop just before and then tighten it up. You know what I mean? It's always that dramatic tightening of the chain right at the end.
Yeah. You gotta know when to lift and pull too. Right?
Yeah.
You gotta do the. Yeah. Although at that point you just hand it off to the ref. He's just basically a vessel. He just comes out there, hands it to the ref, and he does the pull.
Somehow you have the people with the worst eyesight.
Yeah.
By percentages in the world handling this job. So
are we closer to?
Right.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if we're closer to having a chip on either end of the football, so we don't have the marker.
You would hope.
Yeah.
We talked about it last podcast where it's like, you know what? If you buy into the whole NFL is rigged and fixed, you can't, because then this way you can have these kind of Mahomes or Josh Allen sneaks didn't make it quite across. Or you have a chip there. That's all. You can't control it as much. So if you buy into it. Yeah.
If you're buying into it.
The player I'd give my left, or the person I'd give my left nut to start a franchise with. We've got Kevin O'Connell, Jaden Daniels, Jamar Chase, and pick who other people you'd want to throw in there. Just guys that you're like, you know what, I've got to pick something to start my team. This is it.
Drake May.
Drake May.
Okay, here we go.
Did you just roll your eyes?
That was an eye roll.
Yes.
Sure.
Good, Stace. Thank you, Stace.
Starting the franchise right now?
Right now?
Yeah,
today?
Sure. I'm probably still going to go Mahomes.
Okay.
I think I would. Lamar is not a bad pick.
Yeah.
Lamar.
He's like to
Or
start
Josh.
it. To start, yeah, Josh.
All
I
right.
think, yeah,
Well, that's a tough one, then.
I think Josh.
Yeah.
Because
I would have even said Dan Campbell would have been a good option too, but
No, I'm not. There's no coach I'm taking over the top like 5 quarterbacks. They're just coaches.
I think Josh Allen, because even if you have a shitty team, I think he can win a lot of games. Like, he doesn't need that much talent around him. If you know what I mean? Like, all else fails, he just runs for 7 yards a carry.
yeah.
Yeah, unless it's 3rd and 4th and 1, and then he can't get any yards.
Yeah. He needs to work on the whole tush push.
The What the Hell Happened to Him award. We've got Deebo Samuel, Breece Hall, Trevor Lawrence, and I sprinkled in a CJ Stroud, even though he had a decent playoff run. Or anyone else you want to throw in there.
Yeah, he finished strong. He finished strong.
Yeah.
What about Danny Dimes?
Okay. Was he that high on your list to begin with?
No, there was some sarcasm there. Yeah, because he was always the shit. Yeah. He always sucked, and then he just sucked more.
Yeah, it's true.
I like Trevor Lawrence for that one. That's a good one.
Okay.
Call it the Sunshine Award.
Ooh, yeah.
But Trevor Lawrence was college hype, man.
Yeah.
Has he done anything?
He
just hasn't done nothing in the NFL.
Yeah, they got to the AFC. Oh no, that was Bortles.
Yeah,
he hasn't really done much.
No,
wasn't his stats similar to Rico there? Like, they got very similar stats, don't they?
The Minshew mania.
Yeah,
the Minch.
I think Debo's kind of fallen off,
right?
Like, he had some big years, and then and now he wants to trade. Where's he gonna go?
It's like, hold on, dude. You should be thankful if you're on the team.
I don't think he's going to get a lot of phone calls for him, to be honest.
No, why would you?
Not with what he wants to get paid.
Yeah.
Nah, I think you're going to cut him.
Yeah.
Who else? I know. Lawrence would be my vote because he's supposed to be good.
Supposed to be good. All right. We'll sprinkle
trying
in
to
there.
think who else
I like
would be
Sunshine
on there.
Award. Yeah, who else could you have in the What Happened to Him?
Sunshine Award. Just go through all the teams I'm at.
How about Tariq?
Yeah?
Tariq, what happened to him? Like, like
having like 12 kids probably lays the guy down eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when they're spread out all over the city. Yeah,
he's busy, eh?
It makes it like it's not bad when you're Phillip Rivers and you have 9 kids, but they're all in your house. Like they're like spread out all over Miami, and you got to make arrangements with the different moms to go see each one of them. I imagine that weighs on you a little bit.
It's true. I never even thought about that. That's got to be hard to get around. Miami's got bad traffic too. I mean, you got to figure out times.
Yeah, figure out times and everything, and then they're all wanting to get paid, and
that's a lot of payments.
He should have he should just show the officer that. He's like, look, officer, I've got fucking 20 kids around town. I'm speeding. This is why I'm speeding. He'd be like, you know what? I get it. I have a kid too. I couldn't imagine 11 all over town. Yeah. You're free to go.
I got to go and see them. Like, do you want me to not go and see my kids? Let's go. What
do
you want to do here?
How many does he have now? Is he like up to Sean Kemp numbers or what?
He had like 3 in the last year with different women, and he's married.
Isn't he married to like someone's player, like a player's sister?
Really?
I thought so, but it could be
even worse.
It could be. I don't want to.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't see. If you were a teammate of him, would you let him date your sister?
No.
No chance. No chance. I mean, we could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just saying I wouldn't let him. But yeah, no, I think the numbers, it's like 8 or 9 kids, Stace, and there's moms everywhere and alimony everywhere. So that weighs on a guy.
That weigh on a guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Bad.
I'd like the Tyreek Hill option, but I think the Sunshine Award just has a nice ring to it.
Yeah, sure does.
All right. You destroyed my fantasy season. I fucking hate you, and you'll never be on my team again. We've got. I'm not even going to say McCaffrey. I'm saying the Niners doctors, GM, or coaching staff that allowed you to draft McCaffrey need to be on the list.
Yeah.
Breece Hall, Marvin Harrison, Dalton Kincaid, or Tyreek Hill is also on the list. Why can't I think of the Detroit tight end? You didn't have he was supposed to be huge this year, and he didn't really do much.
Laporta, yeah, he started getting some touchdowns late at least, though.
Yeah,
I won a title with Laporta, so I'm not
going
to complain. Hey, boys, you know what? When you're a champ, you're a champ. You fight through injuries. I'm gonna go actually with somehow Jonathan Taylor, because when I was in the semifinal against Terry, I had Barkley, and he's an Eagles fan, and Barkley was running wild this game. He had 30 points in the first quarter, and I thought it was over. And then that was when Jonathan Taylor ran for 250 yards, had 2 late garbage touchdowns, and it absolutely crushed me. So even though he wasn't on my team, he's still the one who ended my season. So
you're going a reverse, not the player that hurt you. It's just a guy who did so well.
Yeah, it's not happy. It's not happy, but I know that's not the nature of the award.
I mean, I like at least he threw something different in there.
Basically hinting at the fact that I should have been actually a 2-time champ, but I only won 1 league. So, Stace, your team was horseshit. Who was the worst player on your team?
Shit!
For this award, you had a lot of bad players.
I had a lot of injuries early. Okay. My worst guy was what's his name? The 49ers receiver.
Oh, Ayuk.
Ayuk.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I got him. I got him not super expensive, but that was the start of all my injuries, and that was over. It was over before it started. But,
I think I'd vote C-Mac. I'd vote because I mean, you could say Breece Hall, but it's your own fault for drafting a Jet.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't do that.
C-Mac was probably first overall in 90% of all drafts,
for
right?
sure.
Or Tariq. Tariq was probably 2 or 3, right?
Yeah, he's got to be up there.
Yeah,
he's got to be up there.
C-Mac or Tariq.
All right. I guess we'll do C-Mac. Pretty much almost wrapped up here. You guys add some more if you came up with any, but the craziest news. So we've got craziest news in the NFL for the 2024 season. The NFL commissioner and the head of refs having to actually come out and say the league isn't fixed. I thought that was unique.
It was awesome.
And
look what happened. Look what happened. Yeah. When it wasn't close enough for the refs to get involved, the Chiefs took an absolute drubbing. Who could have seen that coming?
The morning of the Tyreek arrest, speaking of, that was a very weird, all of a sudden, that's chaos.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
And then just because it's recent, it's absolutely the Luka Doncic trade, even though it's the NBA, it's so absolutely insanity across all sports. So I'm just sprinkling in a little dose of NBA for you.
Who? What?
Luke Skywalker got traded?
What?
Yeah.
He's on the dark side now?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, no, he's a Sith?
He's a Sith. Oh,
man, alive.
Or any of the other news that came out along the year that you thought was odd?
Well, Han Solo as the Incredible Hulk's a different one, hey? Speaking
that one kind of came out of nowhere. Yeah, we have to watch that.
Yeah.
As again, really is one of my pet peeves is just when you're already one of the most iconic superheroes of all time, you can't just sell out and be the fucking Red Hulk.
No.
You're Han Solo. You're not the Red Hulk and the Han Solo.
Yeah.
I don't care how much money you got. You can't be. And what is the Red Hulk? Is this something new from the comics, or
not to mention you were already Indiana Jones? How many superheroes does this guy have to be?
And now Jacob Dutton. Let's not forget he's Jacob Dutton too.
Oh shoot!
1923. He's holding down the fort for the Yellowstone Ranch,
which starts. I think comes out the new season in a few weeks, right?
Next week. Maybe the 23rd. Maybe. So excited for that.
And look what he's done. He's done nothing for Chewbacca, right? He doesn't take him anywhere, right? He rode.
Chewbacca doesn't need anything. He's the hero of the rebellion. He doesn't need anything. He's been in every show. He's been a main player.
Yeah.
He's a hero. He doesn't need the accolades. He just goes. He's like Saquon Barkley. He just goes and just does his business, and all he wants to do is win. He doesn't need the trophies or anything.
He's no sellout.
Chewbacca's fine.
He doesn't sell out to
Chewbacca's
Marvel.
Just fine.
You don't see him in Marvel cartoons.
True hero.
Yeah.
No.
He's a true hero.
The True Hero Award. The Chewbacca Award. I like it.
Also, they're not fucking cartoons, Stace. So please don't call them that. Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh no.
It's real life, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's real space life.
Yeah.
Stace.
Okay.
Yeah,
I apologize. They're not cartoons.
Yeah. Fuck. The disrespect.
Yeah.
Clean it up.
But that's pretty much it. I think I had one, but nothing else. But the weirdest stat, which just got changed in the Super Bowl, was how no Alabama player had ever scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Come on.
That was very weird, right?
Seriously?
Until Devontae Smith did it. That was the first one ever.
Hey, congrats, Alabama. You're back.
You're back.
Congrats on being back.
Mm-hmm.
You know your football team is now faded. You guys are back.
Yeah. So that was a random one.
It is. Hey, well, Stace, though, we already discussed it. What were your thoughts on the game yesterday? What do you got?
Did I tell you about my kick? That's the highlight right there. That game was terrible. The Chiefs had the Chiefs. What did they have? 24 yards in the first half and 40 something
points.
Yeah. And they had 45 yards in penalties and 24 yards in the first half.
Yeah. Amazing.
The Eagles had 24 points and they had 24 yards. That has to be a first.
It's tough.
Yeah, it was.
Tough.
They didn't have anything. They had nothing going.
Yeah, no.
I think it's the O-line. They just got worked. Mahomes didn't have any time, right?
Both lines. It was both lines. Both lines got completely dominated.
Yeah. It's too bad.
But switching gears on the Pro Bowl, I just had it down in my notes. I assume you guys didn't watch it, but I was thinking, how big of a loser do you have to be to watch the Pro Bowl? Because it's like you can't have a girlfriend or a wife or a kid. Like I'm even thinking if I didn't have a kid, now it's like we've had how much football for 2 months? There's been 4 games you have to watch across college, NFL, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and maybe a Monday.
Yeah.
For 3 months. And I couldn't imagine if you had like a wife or something. Like, honey, sorry, I know there's no game on, there's no game, but I'm gonna sit and watch flag football at noon on a Sunday.
For sure. Yeah, no doubt. If you pulled that off, kudos, but they still probably had a couple million people watching.
Yeah.
Somehow. Hey, Fraser, you gotta watch the kick online, watch it live so we can see your reaction. I want you to see Stace's first kick. I sent you the video.
Dude, did you show the first one or the second one? Because the warm-up one.
I only have the first one.
The real one. You only have the first one?
Here we go. Press and play.
Hey. Hey,
I like that went in the snow too. It just added to the there's snow.
It was just a mess.
You only got that one? Hold on a second.
Yeah, sorry, I don't remember the other one, Stace. That's the only one I got on my.
Oh, it's coming.
Anyone sent
all right,
me,
Fraser. I just sent it to you. How long
did have a copy?
How long does it take to get down there?
It might take a while.
Yeah, it should be there in an hour or so, I think.
You should see that thing. That was
all right.
Oh, did you get it yet?
It was nice. No, it's what? No, phone's not working.
I want you to
remember we have was you just absolutely shanking that kick. It went 12 yards.
I wanted you to show you all the guests, the millions of people that are tuning in to see that kick. I might get some phone calls. Hey?
From who?
From the NFL. Some teams. I've seen some of these kickers. They're god awful. That's without even warming up, guys.
You felt kicking for 20 years.
Yeah.
Under the Stace, I heard you. Stace, you're like a hockey record guy too for the firefighters. Now you're kicking 30-yarders.
Well, that's just that's because I played a lot of games. It's not that I'm overly skilled. I'm just very consistent. Pop 1 or 2 goals a game throughout a 25-year career. You know,
1 or 2 goals a game is still pretty. That's a lot. I mean, you just said it very casually.
Yeah, they don't have goalies. He hasn't do that part yet.
It's on the outdoor rinks with just the little nets.
Yeah.
I always
he has to put it between the 2 boots on the ice.
He counts the games at Christmas.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
that hockey is my own stats, so there's nothing my own personal stats, right?
But did you take over the scoring lead now?
No, I still got 38 goals to go.
38 to go?
Probably mid next year if I stay healthy. I'm thinking. I'll let you know.
I thought you're close. I heard you're closest getting the goal scoring record. You're 38 goals away.
Yeah, 38. Yeah. That's a half a season. Come on. Okay. Well, that's a full season, probably. Yeah. I'm slowing down a bit. We got these young guys that are pretty good, so yeah.
I'm going to find a way, the couple of guys that I know that on the department with you, when you get under 10, I'm going to just tell them all, like, hey, don't let them get there. Like, we need them to start clamping it down when you get under 10. And just, I'm be like, hey, you guys, he's got this big celebration planned. He's going to rub it in all your faces. Like, do not want this to happen on your watch. Like, you guys will be so upset if he scores. And then you are going to go like 2 years to get those last 10 goals. It's going to be great.
Well, he's the captain, right? So is it kind of like people are playing with Obama a little bit? You're like, oh yeah, go ahead, Obama. Yeah, shoot, or score.
Putin hockey highlights.
Yeah, more like Putin.
The guys are like skating around like this.
Like what's the hockey, table hockey? They're just going side to side.
Yeah, they're just spinning, and then old Putin goes in on the goalie, who also just stands there frozen in time, and he buries it. Yeah, that's pretty much.
But believe me, guys, the rest of the guys have nothing to fear with me. They're not fearful. They're not worried about. They're not worried about getting Putin. That's for sure.
Putin.
Okay, that has got a whole different meaning in other parts of the world.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Anyways.
Well, that's what I had. You guys have any other thoughts on the NFL season before we wrap it up? Or
I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it. It sucks. I hate when it's over.
What do you do now? Like,
we'll get more skiing in, I guess, and Sundays we'll actually ski for longer instead of just get a couple hours in the morning before the games start.
Yeah,
it's true. I had real quick. So Jess never watches football, so now she got a guy who's watching 4 or 5 games on it. Computers screens are up and everything else going on, and she sat down on Sunday nights for like the last 6 weeks. Let's call it. Close game, ding, kicker hits the goalpost. Think nothing of it. Next game hits the goalpost. She's watching. She's like, oh wow. Third game, another kicker hits the goalpost. She's at the point now where she thinks the goal of the game is to hit the goalpost. Like, that is not kicking through. It's like you get points for hitting the goal.
I do like it, actually.
And then it was a playoff game, I think, or it was right at the end, like a game I actually cared about or was betting on.
Yeah.
And it was like a 25-yarder. And she's watching, and it's been 5 Sundays in a row and I'm like, Jess, if this fucking hits the goalpost, you're never watching football with me ever again. It was a no chance it can hit the goalpost. Ding. So she thinks. What are you watching over there, Stace?
You're talking about kicking. I wanted to show you my freaking.
You hadn't found your other kick?
Yeah. Where is it?
All right.
Okay.
That is good.
Eli had been left off the Hall of Fame. All right.
Yeah, you see that?
It's quality.
Hold on.
It's going downhill quick. We haven't.
You can totally tell that was you.
Yeah.
You hear the crowd, guys? Look at that. It's unreal.
Jesus.
All right. Well, I gotta get this barbecue. We'll have to do free agency podcast in a few weeks or something.
Now you're talking.
Draft.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Fraser Laveay podcast. BenEverland.com. Chainsaw. Uncle Blaiso. Talk to you guys later.
Bye, boys.
See you later.